Most people who live past 90 share 7 specific biological markers, and you can test most of them right now, at home, in under a minute. Scientists have tracked these signs across hundreds of thousands of people on 6 continents. The difference between people who thrive at 85 and those who don't usually isn't genetics. It comes down to 7 measurable, testable, improvable signals. Here are all 7. Sign 1. Grip strength. A 2015 Lancet study tracked 140,000 people across 17 countries for 4 years. Every 5-kilogram drop in grip strength was linked to a 16% increase in all-cause mortality and a 17% increase in cardiovascular death. That makes grip strength a stronger predictor of dying from heart disease than your blood pressure. Your doctor checks blood pressure at every visit. Grip is almost never tested. The benchmark? Men over 50 should hit 40 kilograms of force, women 25. You can test it at a gym with a hand dynamometer or get a rough sense by hanging from a pull-up bar. 30 seconds means you're in solid shape. To build it, dead hangs, farmer carries, and a basic hand gripper, about $10 on Amazon, 3 sets a day. Most people see improvement within weeks. Sign 2. One-leg balance. In 2022, researchers published a study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, following 1,700 adults aged 51 to 75 for 7 years. People who couldn't stand on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of dying from any cause, even after controlling for age, sex, BMI, and existing health conditions. Balance doesn't decline gradually. It holds through your 40s and then drops sharply. That drop reflects deteriorating proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. Try the test now. Stand near a wall, lift 1 foot a few inches off the ground, arms at your sides. 10 seconds, each foot. If you struggle, it's not a reason to panic, it's a reason to act. The fix: single leg stands while brushing your teeth, 60 seconds per side. A Wobble board, around $30 on Amazon, accelerates proprioceptive training significantly. Sign 3. Resting heart rate. A meta-analysis of 46 studies covering 1.2 million patients found a clear, linear relationship. Every 10 beat per minute increase in resting heart rate carries a 9% higher mortality risk. People above 80 beats per minute had 45% higher all-cause mortality compared to those in the lowest category. A lower resting heart rate means your heart is doing the same work with less effort. Over 70 or 80 years, that mechanical difference adds up. The sweet spot is 50 to 65 BPM. Measure it first thing tomorrow morning before you get out of bed. Zone 2 cardio, a pace where you can hold a conversation but couldn't sing. 3 sessions a week for 30 to 45 minutes will drop your resting heart rate measurably within 8 weeks. Sign 4. Walking speed. A 2011 JAMA study pooled data from 34,000 older adults across 9 major cohorts. The finding? How fast you walk predicts how long you'll live, more accurately than your age, your blood pressure, your BMI, or your smoking history. Walking speed is a systems check. It requires your heart, lungs, nervous system, and musculoskeletal system all working together. When any of those start to fail, your pace slows. Here's your 10-second test. Find a clear 15-foot stretch and walk it at your normal, comfortable pace. If you cover it in under 10 seconds, you're in a range associated with significantly above average longevity. The difference in predicted 10-year survival between the slowest and fastest walkers was nearly 70 percentage points for men at age 75. To improve it, weighted vest walking, stair climbing, and incline treadmill work rebuild the power and cardiovascular capacity behind a strong stride. Sign 5. VO₂ Max. A 2018 JAMA Network Open study tested 122,000 adults and followed them for years. People in the lowest fitness quartile had nearly 5 times the mortality rate of those in the highest, a gap larger than the difference between smokers and non-smokers. But here's the part that matters. You don't need to be elite. Moving from the lowest 25% to just average cuts your all-cause mortality risk by 50%. That improvement is achievable in months, not years. Estimate your VO₂ max through any modern fitness tracker. Benchmarks: above 35 for women in their 50s, above 40 for men. The fastest evidence-based way to raise it, the Norwegian 4x4. 4 minutes at 85 to 95% of your max heart rate. 4 minutes easy recovery, repeated 4 times. 2 sessions a week. Most people see meaningful gains in 6 to 8 weeks. Sign 6. Muscle mass. Sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle with age, begins in your 30s and accelerates sharply after 50. By 80, most untreated adults have lost 30 to 40% of their peak muscle. That loss is independently linked to cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, loss of independence, and early death. Muscle isn't just mechanical, it's metabolically active tissue that absorbs blood glucose and produces anti-inflammatory signals that protect your brain and heart. A simple proxy. Can you do 10 push-ups and 20 bodyweight squats without stopping? Those are minimum functional thresholds, not athletic goals. The fix: resistance training twice a week, compound movements, and 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. For a 180-pound person, that's 126 grams. Most people over 50 are getting half that, which is exactly why sarcopenia progresses unchecked. Sign 7. Deep sleep. UC Berkeley neuroscientist Matthew Walker has spent his career documenting what happens during slow-wave deep sleep. The brain's glymphatic system activates, a network of fluid channels that expands and flushes metabolic waste from brain tissue, including beta amyloid, the protein that builds into Alzheimer's plaques. One night of poor sleep raises amyloid levels by 25 to 30%. Deep sleep is also when your heart rate and blood pressure drop to their lowest levels, giving your cardiovascular system a nightly recovery window. Without enough of it, the other 6 signs deteriorate faster. The benchmark: 7 to 9 hours total, with around 90 minutes of slow-wave sleep. The most powerful thing you can control: wake at the exact same time every single day, weekends included. Keep your bedroom at 67 degrees Fahrenheit. No bright screens for an hour before bed. Control your wake time. Everything else aligns around it. 6 weeks from now, if you start on just 2 of these, your numbers will measurably improve. These aren't lifestyle commitments, they're specific, testable signals that respond to specific inputs. You can test your balance, your walking speed, and your resting heart rate in the next 5 minutes. Any number that's lower than it should be is a starting point, not a verdict. If this was useful, subscribe. We cover peer-reviewed longevity science every week, the real studies, the real benchmarks, and exactly what to do with them. Live longer, live better, live sharp.